So it has finally happened. President Trump has finally kept a campaign promise. He has pulled out of the Iran deal. Now, that's a disastrous campaign promise, much like the wall, but I think it's actually going to have a bigger impact when it comes to American foreign policy. Now, so let's go to the announcement here. Speaking earlier today, Trump had confirmed some of the earlier rumors that he was going to pull out of the Iran deal, and of course reinstate a lot of the sanctions that it waived as part of this deal. Now, he also mentioned that there's going to be even more economic penalties put onto Iran. Great. So now we're putting even more economic pressure on Iran after pulling out of the deal. Wonderful. Now, a person familiar with the negotiations said that talks collapsed over Mr. Trump's insistence that sharp limits be kept on Iran's nuclear fuel production after 2030. And of course, the deal that we just pulled out didn't have any of those reductions or stipulations on fuel production. So, oh boy. So here we go. Donald Trump has just undone one of the biggest achievements of the Obama administration. And look, I think that's what the whole point was. Let's be honest. There was nothing in the Iran deal that he could really name that was terrible. At least anything that was factual. Now, I mentioned yesterday, of course, the thing that they always go to is, oh my God, look at all the money that we gave Iran. That was their money. That was not our money. We essentially held it from them. Yeah, but that money will go to terror groups and all that, and our money does not. What do you think happens when we fund Saudi Arabia? Saudi Arabia had been spreading Wahhabism. That is the most fundamentalist strain of Islam for decades on our instruction. So we make deals with petrodollars, right? So, and that's what this is all about. That's why we're friends with Saudi Arabia. It's the petrodollar. It's the fact that we can get cheap oil from Saudi Arabia. And by the way, speaking of oil, now that we're pulling out of the Iran deal, expect gas prices to go up. Expect oil prices to go up. In fact, earlier today, when the rumor came out, and it turned out to not be true, but when they said, oh, don't worry, Donald Trump's going to stay in the Iran deal, oil prices plunged. And then when the White House said, actually, no, that New York Times report is not right, and we're going to make our announcement later, and we are expected to actually pull out of the Iran deal, according to the New York Times, guess what happened? Oil prices bounced right back. So now we're going to look at even more expensive oil. We're going to look at even more expensive gas. So congratulations, Donald Trump. You are responsible now for rising gas prices. MAGA. Fucking MAGA, man. That's what we're doing here. Nice job, Republicans. And look, the terrible implication here, the worst part is that this puts us on a more aggressive footing towards Iran, and that could, of course, lead us to a war. That is the thing that we most want to avoid, is another disastrous war in the Middle East. And here's Donald Trump flailing around and going, war in the Middle East. But you know why? Mike Pompeo, John Bolton, they love war. And they've been wanting a war with Iran for a very, very long time. All these Bush-era neocons want this war with Iran. So, oh, look at that. Now, we don't have a deal with Iran, and now they're going to develop, they'll probably go back to developing nuclear weapons. Look, that's not a certainty because, look, there are other nations. In fact, most of the other nations are still in the deal. So, okay, well, look, that might help in some way, maybe prevent them because they might look at the other nations and go, well, look, at least they're staying in. So this is unilateral, right? We unilaterally pulled out because Donald Trump's a fucking moron. So, but look, the other thing about this that possibly would make them more likely to nuclearize, just to contradict my previous statement here, is the United States has been known for invading countries. I mean, that's basically what we're known for. We find a country like Iraq and we're like, okay, yeehaw, we're going to unilaterally go into this country and we're going to fuck it up because of freedom. Well, that's what they've been wanting to do with Iran for quite a long time. If Iran doesn't want us invading, well, guess what? The one deterrent that they would have is nuclear weapons. That's why we haven't invaded North Korea. That and they don't have any strategic resources, really. So Iran's got a lot of oil. And they don't quite have nuclear weapons, so, war with Iran. And that would be a good incentive for them to continue their nuclear program, despite the other countries, France and Britain and Russia and China, all staying into this deal. So now, look, talking about nuclear weapons, by the way, that does bring us to North Korea. So we're in the middle of, North Korea is in the middle of trying to negotiate with South Korea, and they're talking about denuclearization, right? So what this does, what pulling out of this deal does, is it hurts our credibility. These countries, North Korea and any other country, can no longer trust America on its word. When we say, no, we're going to honor this deal, we sat there and we did negotiations, and you held up your end of the bargain, and we're holding up our end of the bargain. Well, when we no longer hold up that end, and we unilaterally pull out, what does that do to our credibility? What does that do for future negotiations? Well, America's not going to keep their word. They're just going to sit there and they're going to stab us in the back. They're going to pull out of the deal. So why even make a deal in the first place? No, the only way to stop America now is for us to get nuclear weapons. So he is inadvertently, I think, he's going to inadvertently create an arms race in the Middle East, and I think he's sabotaging the new North Korea talks as well. That's my speculation. I hope it's not true. Donald Trump talks about, don't worry, we'll go and make another deal. But again, why would they trust us? They can go and negotiate with Donald Trump, but you know what? They probably won't, because we break our word. And besides, other articles have noted that there are hardliners in Iran that are like, see, we told you not to deal with the United States. We told you can't trust them, and we were right. So why make a deal with them? No, what we need to do is we need to continue to enrich our uranium. We need to go back and start building these weapon systems, these nuclear weapons, and the missiles that will deliver them. That's the only way that we can protect ourselves against the United States. Congratulations, Donald Trump. You have just fucked up so fucking hard. God damn it. He's a goddamn idiot. He's a man-child. All because he's jealous of fucking Barack Obama. And that's what it comes down to. He didn't like this deal because, again, Fox News fucking lied to him the whole time. And it's like, oh, no, we're giving them millions and millions of dollars, and we're letting them have nuclear weapons. Fuck you. You fucking liars. There is absolutely no truth to any of that. This deal was the way to stop them and prevent them from having nuclear weapons, and also would have helped open up the youth of Iran to the West, to Western ideas, and to gradually liberalize the country. Now you've completely messed that up. You have fucked that up 100%. And why? Why? Because Obama. Because this is Obama's deal. This man is so fucking petty. Jesus Christ, man. And he's putting us all in peril because he doesn't like something the black guy did. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.